Okay, we are now live. I did it.
Did you do it? Oh, there it is. I'm getting my notifications on there, but not here because they have them silenced.
Okay. When you... Notifications will be silenced while your phone is locked.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I want. I want it silenced all the time. How do you go do not disturb? Do you go
to settings. Down, do not disturb. Hit it up top and then always.
Okay.
Oh, Luna Girl's here. What's up? I'm gonna type that too. Just keep interaction going in the pod. Thanks for joining us. It's awesome. What's up, Ghost Pepper?
What up, GP? All right, I'm gonna start the audio.
That is awful.
And we have to do 30 seconds of silence.
We're getting right into it. You said, "Oh, we've got an audience."
Okay, we are now recording the audio. Real quick, guys. How is the sound? Do the mics sound real good tonight?
We spent literally 2 hours sound checking and trying to get everything set up. We got a new mic set up, 2 new mics set up. So like the whole stroke, we've been doing it since like I got out of work, ran home, grabbed a bunch of stuff, grabbed the background, grabbed the Scarlet, grabbed a new mic from my father-in-law, which I will give him his props during the show because he helped out.
Yep.
Then he called and we called him and troubleshot some stuff, and Don and him, they're the smart guys. They figured it out and got us going. So hopefully
we figured it out.
She says it sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. And then of course Richie said we sound gay as ever. It's true. Miss you. Oh,
as gay as ever. Thanks, Richie.
He's such a nice guy.
He's a really swell cat.
All right, so
you ready to do 30 seconds?
30 seconds.
You want to be in charge?
Huh? Yeah, I'll be in charge of it.
Starting
now. What's up, everybody? Brady, Batman, Lovin, Don, Robin, Sulski. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Escape Pod. We're gonna hit some of the normal forefront things we got to knock out of the way. I'll let Don handle that. You got your notes up, buddy?
Yep. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all your favorite podcasting apps. iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, or you can check us out on the Podbelly Network.
Rock and roll.
Check out our friends at the All Things Star Wars podcast.
You can check out the mothership. That is the All Things Star Wars podcast. We've also got our friend over at Used and Abused. We've got Keith Lehman with Layman's Terms. We got Big Swede, Big Swede's Excellent Adventure,
and his
Tactical
new
Swede,
program,
and the artist formerly known as Big
Sounds.
Swede. Swede sounds like the artist formerly known as Swede.
Swede Sound Studios,
Super Swede,
Super Swede,
Sweetalicious.
You're killing me, Small.
I don't know. He's got so many. And not to forget, which we've left him out in the beginning, the Brew Guys, our buddy Jay, and his homie. Check them out if you guys are beer connoisseurs or you like beer or you're beer snobs. They would probably admit that they're all of them.
Yep.
They give me shit for my Corona. Jay does not miss a chance to do that.
Yeah, I'll drink Corona, but
it's just my drink, man. It's my Bud Light.
Yeah.
It's my Bud Light.
I would rather have that than Bud Light any fucking day.
Okay, well, that's my Bud Light.
That's
so
fair.
I've been getting into Guinness Blonde lately.
Yeah.
That's been a thing. Oh, definitely got to give a shout out to my sister again. Bombully.com. Check her out. And EODstuff.com. She's got all kinds of cool stuff. You got dogs or you're just, veteran friendly stuff. She's Marines. She covers it all. So go check her out. I'm just going to throw that in there. Go.
You have this elementary school business?
Oh, yes. I want to give a special shout out. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate you doing that. To Mrs. Hicks. I went to the other day to my daughter she was getting a few teeth pulled. She's going to have braces, unfortunately. And I went and helped out with my wife. She was there already doing pictures. So I left work and they were helping out do pictures. And my wife introduced me to this teacher, and she's the coolest teacher neither of us have ever had. She is all about her Star Wars, dude. Her entire classroom was Star Wars'd out. There was like math problems that were Star Wars. There was like the Millennium Falcon over here. There was like, it was just straight Star Wars. And she is the coolest teacher I never got to have. And that's not fair. But these kids are lucky. And I gave every kid a shout out in that room. I was like, you kids don't know how good you have it. And then I left the room. But yeah, I wanted to give a shout out. Thank you for reminding me on that. Mrs. Hicks, we salute you and what you're doing for the youth. I had to get that out of the way. Awesome. You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy.
Go ahead and make sure you like this video.
Yes.
That's important. Stuff like that helps people find us. Review.
Yeah, give us review 5-star reviews on iTunes. Give us one. We're gonna do 5 stars. Tell us we suck. Richie, I'm surprised you haven't jumped on this.
Yeah, you should.
You can shit all over us. We will read it as long as you give it 5 stars, dude.
Except maybe some of the choice words you like to say. Maybe we don't want to offend every fucking body.
I'll read them. That's what I do. Ghost Pepper, you can get up in that too. I know he wants.
Ghost Pepper will get up in anything if you hand him a footstool.
That's true. He's so little.
Anyway, any way you can give us feedback in a public way helps people find us, makes people decide whether or not they're even going to give us 5 minutes of their time to see if they're interested in what we're doing.
Send them to the Escape Pod Facebook page.
Yep.
I mean, hey, send them. Say, hey, I sent so and so. We're letting them all in. If we found out they're douchey, we'll let them out.
It's ATSW at ATSW the Escape Pod at buzzsprout.com is our webpage.
But no douchey people. I want to not ignore that.
Well, all the douchey people can go to the website. They're not going to offend anybody. But
right. Yeah.
Our private Facebook group, we like to keep douche free.
Yeah, we like to do that. So check it out. Yep. Send them through there. Send them there. Send them to Instagram. Send them all over the place. Follow us. Like our stuff. It's awesome.
What else is there? Seems like there's some other piece of housekeeping I keep forgetting to bring up.
I think we've nailed it all. Man.
Yeah. If you're only watching the YouTube, go out and subscribe to us on one of the podcasting networks too. The more subscriptions, we're out there for all of them. So the more subs we get out there, the better it looks, and that draws more traffic too. We're just trying to spread the gospel.
I normally do all my stuff through iTunes just to be 100% honest with everybody out there, but I'm just not out there on the other ones, but we are out there on the other ones. You can find us there. So if you know people who are Android users, and hey, send them to Stitcher. Let them know that we're there and give us a listen and let them hate us and give us 5-star reviews, and we can talk about it.
And we're ATSW the Escape Pod on everything.
Everything. Because there is, unfortunately, another Escape Pod out there. We stumbled upon it while doing a hashtag. I think I was the one who accidentally found it, like, way after the fact.
For some reason on Twitter, though, we're like, the Escape Pod or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened there, and I can't seem to change it.
Oh, well.
Maybe someday somebody would be like, you're a Twitter idiot.
But, hey, send Don your screen name for Twitter or whatever, their handle, and Don will just add you and you can add us and we'll find you that way. Whatever's clever, man. We'll get it done. Oh, so with that being said, let's get into it.
All right. So for movie news, all of our general news topics this week are going to be a little slim. This has been a crazy week for everyone, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, I'm building a shed in the yard and just blah, blah, blah. Too much shit. Brady helped with that.
Yeah.
The world's turned upside down. You can't buy toilet paper.
Which makes no sense to me. I still don't get that one.
Well, you know, you gotta have something extra to wipe when you're scared shitless.
I just let it all go. You go to Taco Bell once and you just let it happen.
Listen, Elsa, you just can't go letting it go all the time.
Yes, you can. She had a sequel that proves you can fucking do it. It's all about merchandising. We need to merchandise toilet paper because people can say, "You guys suck. You're shitty as fuck."
You can wipe your ass with our faces.
Yes, and we are the shit too.
And if you're hot, you can wipe your ass with our faces.
It's probably not.
No,
gonna happen.
not
They're
gonna
probably
happen.
gonna burn that. Use it as kindling.
Oof.
I'm scared.
Mm.
All right,
moving on.
Please God, dude.
Christian Bale named villain in Thor: Love and Thunder. There's some speculation that he's going to be Beta Ray Bill.
I don't think that's gonna fly.
You don't think that's going to fly, or you
no?
don't know
Just
anything
I don't
about
see
the
him
character?
being Beta Ray Bill. I understand who the character is. It's just that I don't see him. One, he was a statue in Thor Ragnarok.
True.
Beta Ray Bill was one of the statues for the. I can't remember what the fuck they're called because I don't follow the Thor universe that well.
Me either.
But they were a part of that. What are you doing?
Not sure if the power's on this thing.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, it's on now.
Okay. Speaking of which, thanks for talking about power.
You might want to plug that in.
Yep, I'm gonna do that.
Letterkenny.
Trailer Park Boys.
No, Letterkenny has been greenlit through season 11, so we're gonna get a ton more of that.
Cool.
It is the greatest comedy of our generation.
Now, Trailer Park Boys is the greatest Canadian comedy of our generation.
Last generation.
No, get the fuck out of here. That doesn't even make any sense. You can't be last generation when you're still happening.
It's not really.
Fuck off. Nobody likes you.
There's one good
Look at the
character on
comments.
that
Nobody
show.
likes you.
That's true. Nobody likes me. U.S. box offices had their worst week since 2008 this past weekend. Of course, because of the fact nobody wants to go out into the theaters and burst into virus flames.
But really, what good movies are in theaters right now?
Well, that's a good point. There really kind of ain't shit going on.
Exactly.
At the
So
theater.
I think it's a combination of the both.
Mm-hmm.
Don't blame this shit on the virus.
Do you think if Star Wars was in the theater, people would go?
I would have gone. Are you kidding me?
Pack the theaters?
Pack the theaters? Fuck yeah, we would.
Let's say if it was Avengers, would Avengers pack the theater?
If it was the last one, I think yes. If it was
maybe on opening
Endgame.
weekend. Let's say it's 2 weekends in. Does Avengers still fill?
not as many, but it still fills seats.
Okay.
Say that's 6 times too fast.
Mm-mm.
Fuck that.
I might fill my sheets.
This is going on right here, Richie. If you were wondering what's going on, this
This is what's happening.
is what's happening now.
What's happening now is
It's
happening now.
right now.
But when will now be then?
Now.
Just now.
Now. Just now. Okay. But now that we got that out of the way, Richie.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Jeez, that was an unnecessary comment in the chat.
Star Wars Rise of Skywalker is now available on digital download.
That's awesome. And my wife surprised me with it yesterday.
Yeah?
I'm pretty excited about that. I actually turned it on and fell asleep to it. I loved it.
So you were sleeping with Ray?
I would like to think I was sleeping with Finn.
Yeah, I was thinking you probably sleeping with Finn.
He's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would serenade me, put me to sleep, make me rest easy, my head on his shoulder.
He's got that British accent.
I would listen
Well,
to
so
it.
does she, though.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
but I don't know. Finn's more my type.
The
Tall, dark,
novel,
and handsome.
the novel and audio book will be out tomorrow. St. Patrick's Day. I guess you probably.
St. Patrick's Day is also my daughter's birthday, Kennedy.
Hey, happy
is
Kennedy.
tomorrow. My little Irish baby.
Mm-hmm.
She's the only child we have that has 2 middle names. I'm not saying it for all the people.
John F.
Mother.
Motherfucker.
No, I was going to say John F. motherfucking Kennedy. Yes, that's who we named our daughter after. John F. Kennedy.
I know you're a big political fan. So.
Oh, yeah. You know me in the politics. That's just... Love it.
I need another
Love
beer.
it.
Do you need another beer?
I got one. I came prepared. I don't need to get out of my seat to get another beer.
It's so
Dude,
far.
if we were in the actual escape pod and the fucking fasten your seatbelt sign was on, you couldn't get out. And
If we were in the actual escape pod, there'd be a fucking mini fridge here with beers in it.
That's gonna happen.
All right, Luna Girl says happy birthday, Kennedy.
Oh, thank you, Luna Girl. I will tell her you said that tomorrow.
Okay, let's get into video games.
Sleep when I get home.
This is another real short dick episode. Video games. E3's been canceled for 2020 due to a computer virus. No, a biological virus.
That was close. I bet you some of the nerds were like,
shit!
Dude, that's not what I'm seeing here. That's not what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. There was supposed to be Xbox news coming out. There was supposed to be PlayStation news coming out. We were supposed to get all of the computer software kind of news, and I think all of that is either A, going to be done digitally. There's talk that they will do a online, I guess, compilation, for lack of a better term,
from each studio. Put together their own little fucking cinematic.
But I don't know if these studios are going to have enough time to put together the kind of presentation that they wanted to. So we'll see what happens. They might all do directs like Nintendo and PlayStation had previously planned, but don't expect them all here in the next couple of weeks. Because that was supposed to be, I believe, like the second week of April.
I'm jumping ahead. I know I'm getting ahead. The only one I give a shit about is Rockstar. That's because I want my GTA 6, man. I've been waiting.
Yeah,
I've been waiting. I think there's people out there in the internet, in the interwebs, who they've been waiting as well. We want our GTA 6.
I don't know that you're going to get that for quite some time.
I know, but I want it very bad.
It might be fall of next year before you see that.
I know, that sucks. I love that. I'm still playing 5.
Well, that's the thing, is they just fucking expanded 5.
I've probably spoke on it before, but they call it the Deluxo. I got the DeLorean in GTA 6, and that bitch has gullwing doors. 5. Damn it. Sorry. Anywho.
But it doesn't have Ghostbuster logos on it.
No, but that's Parsifal's.
Yeah.
Mine wouldn't have Ghostbuster logo on it anyway. It would have Mr. Fusion and all the shit in the back. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't have that. That would be dope. And the other thing is, the wheels, they kind of tuck in instead of folding down. I like how they fold down.
Oh, Scorpion King Remastered is on.
What's up, dude?
We just saw that you recently subscribed. Welcome to the family.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for following. So, that threw me off the fucking track. I don't know where I'm at anymore. What happened?
We made a new friend and you shit the bed.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. All right. A new game in the Witcher series begins production. So we're going to get another Witcher game. I don't know how many people in the chat are big Witcher people, but
I'm going to get into it. I haven't watched it. I'm going to do it.
They're great games.
Henry Cavill. Oh, wait. We're not. He's so dreamy.
He is dreamy. He's got his shirt off an awful lot in this fucking
That's how they're selling it. That's smart. Smart biz. You got a dude like that.
There's actually quite a lot.
And he's showing all the cheeseburger too, man. He's got a lot of cheeseburger he's showing.
There's quite a lot of TNA on both sides of the equation.
That's what I've gathered. Maybe I can get my wife to watch it with me. I doubt it, but we'll try. We'll try it. I don't know. We'll try.
Let's see. Both Xbox and PlayStation are reporting that their online services have seen a large spike due to people staying home and playing games instead of going out and being in public.
Yeah,
hey,
slowing
Jen.
stuff down.
Hi, Jen.
What's up, Jen? Woohoo! And then Luna Girl says her hubby and 16-year-old love Witcher.
Well, The Witcher is so fucking good.
I'm gonna watch. It just, dude, it's been so chaotic.
The fucked up thing is you're going to watch the show and you're going to be like, I got to play this game.
Well, that's fine. And then you know what? I can play the game and then the second season will come out and it'll just all happen. Because I haven't gone back to Lock and Key.
No? Well, you know what? I haven't either.
Okay.
I'm still
I'll go
4 episodes behind.
I'm still at... Okay.
Going back to
Go.
movie and TV, I didn't bring it up. There is a new show on Amazon Prime called The Hunters. about hunting Nazis.
That shit looks sweet.
It is fucking legit.
Okay, I'm gonna see it.
I love this show.
World
I haven't finished it.
I know this isn't in that era, but I love World War II, and I know that connects back. So
I haven't finished season 1 yet, so I don't know quite where we're going yet. But man, I'm having a fucking good time.
Nice. Continue, my friend.
Josh says that the game is better than the show, and the show is pretty fucking good. He doesn't like the show though.
He's intimidated by Henry Cavill.
I know.
We all are, dude. You're not alone.
Fucking stud.
He is a stud muffin.
Jen says Lock and Key was hugely disappointing. That's kind of how I was feeling about episode 4.
All right, look, I'm gonna say where I fell off the rails.
Yeah.
I'm spoiler. If you're at episode 4 or 5, wherever the shit is, if you don't want to hear this, I'll wave my hands if you're watching on the whatever, dude, because they got this one key where it can make people do. It was a music box and can make people do, and they started fucking off with it. That point right there, I was done.
Yeah.
That point, I was like, no, this is where you open it up to where people now you introduce this kid to where now he knows you have this secret key and shit, and that pissed me off. Like it derailed me so much to where I'm like, I was really enjoying like the whole key in the back of the head and going in the mind. I was like, this is trippy as fuck. Mm-hmm. But when this happened, I was done, dude.
Yep.
I was done. I couldn't do it anymore.
I mean, it all ties into her killing her fear.
Right.
And then not having any fucking boundaries for anything.
Yeah, and that, I mean, I kind of figured that was going to happen, but the way it happened was so disappointing versus how this show was going for me personally. When that happened, I couldn't flip it back on. And I've tried and I cannot flip it back on.
Right.
I just can't do it.
No, I understand.
But
I'm going to make myself do it one of these days.
Maybe.
But I am
other stuff could fall ahead of it.
Easy. I'm up to my neck and watching shit. I've got so much shit.
As it is, we fell short on this episode.
Yep.
I mean, you want to bring that up real quick?
Sure.
We fell short on this episode. Those who are paying attention will talk about it just before we begin too, but we didn't get to Batman Returns. It's been so much going on between both of us.
The world
separately,
falling apart.
And the world falling apart. The world on fire as it is.
Yep.
It was just we're just doing Batman 1989. It was all we could get, and we were gonna try to push through on Batman Returns, but we figured it wouldn't do you guys justice. It wouldn't be right. And if we just push through, I mean, like, we could just do that with every show. What's the point?
Yep.
Half-assing it. So we're gonna go hardcore when it comes to actually doing that next show. But tonight it's just Batman 1989.
Yep.
But we'll get back into everything else. We'll talk about that again just before the show, but had to get it out of the way.
Ghost Pepper endorses Hunters. He says it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm going to check it out, brother.
Back to video game news. Warzone released for Modern Warfare.
Yeah, that's just the giant big PUBG style. Everybody jumps in, dives in, 100 some odd people, I think, for Call of Duty. And
well,
they
you
just
actually need a PUBG style mode now for every possible video game. I just fucking played it on Mario 64 the other day. No, I don't need that at all.
It seems to be the new fad. It seems to be the new thing that everybody's trying to do, and it's like, oh, if we get it right, we get all these people.
You know, this is a video game mechanic that drives me up one wall and down another. The die, respawn, die again, respawn, die, respawn, shoot a guy 8 times, he shoots you twice, you're dead, but he's not.
Yeah.
Like that shit, like.
But at least you realize it and you don't play it.
Right, but I listened to fucking Yappy McZippy up there. Fucking, I just shot this guy killed him and he didn't shoot me in the brain. And I'm like, dude, I just don't. That's not fucking playing video games. Playing video games is about fucking puzzles and figuring out new skills and abilities and searching for things and doing this and getting better. And those games don't have that.
Scorpion King said Spawn looks awesome. He might get back into Mortal Kombat.
Ooh.
I've seen
Spawn.
That. Yeah, they're putting Spawn. Like they sometimes do it. They'll throw.
Oh, like a skin?
Yeah, and they'll have. So that they're doing that with I haven't played Mortal Kombat since like Mortal Kombat 2. I mean, like I've seen it evolve, but I just haven't played it as it's evolved.
Mortal Kombat Ultimate something. It might have been like the
I wasn't big into the whole fighting games. Like I think I dipped out Mortal Kombat 2, Street Fighter 2. I think I was kind of out, and I always picked the same characters. I always picked Ken and Ryu when I played, or Dalzim when I played Street Fighter, and then I always picked Scorpion or Sub-Zero when I played Mortal Kombat. And I never changed that up.
What happened with Mortal Kombat for me was it got to the point where all of the special moves
were the same movement.
Yeah, they were the same movement, or they were so many of them that they were so complicated to remember.
Yeah,
the patterns.
You would do something you weren't trying to do.
Yes, and then you
couldn't duplicate it again.
You'd want him to jump that way, and he'd jump this way, and I was like, all right.
You like so much control. That's why you like the games you like.
Yeah.
You like to be in complete control of what your guys are doing.
Yeah, I don't like the system to constantly be changing. Or another thing about some video games that drives me absolutely crazy, and the what was the Superman Gods Among Us?
Yeah.
If the camera angle changes, then the button scheme adapts to the new angle.
Oh hell no!
So then it doesn't.
That would no.
It doesn't. So instead of up, it's to the left. And I'm like, fuck! I ain't got brain function for this.
You got to check to see if you can switch the mode to easy.
I'm too bad at stuff now. The older I get, the less my brain wants to fucking cope with that shit. And then I end up doing like what I'm doing right now. I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII Remastered on my PlayStation 4. And I'm in absolute bliss. Like, I love... And you know what the best thing about them fucking remastered games is you can speed them up.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can play them at triple time.
Oh, so that's sweet.
Sweet. They're a little bit simple. Compared to the games that we're playing now. But if you play them at triple speed, you're like... It's so
I need to pick up... I wonder if...
pleasant.
Do they still make Game Informer?
Yeah.
I got to pick one up so I can find the art and how they go level through level on some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to love drawing Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah.
I used to love drawing them. I wonder if I could still do it. It's been so long since I've actually tried to draw.
A lot of developers, including most recently Rockstar Games, are asking team members to work from home. This is likely to cause us some delays in our software that we're looking forward to this year. So... if you've got a title that's coming out, you don't work for the developer, but if you're looking forward to something that's coming out in a couple of months, don't be upset if it's a few weeks late or a month late, because all these people are no longer sitting in an office together. They're, working from home.
Yeah. They don't have all the computing power that they may
right.
have, or the go right next door and talk to Jim Bob Joe about whatever the fuck he needs.
Yeah. Scorpion King brings up that Final Fantasy demo that we talked about last week.
Yeah.
I've played it 3 more fucking times. It's 10 minutes of the video game, and I've played it 4 times.
Hell yeah. Hey, man,
I
get
take
into
that
what
back.
you're into.
I played it 5 times because before we did the show the other day, I played it twice.
Jesus. Back to back?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The first time was back to back.
That's
and
crazy.
It's fucking gorgeous.
Sweet.
It is the best looking video game I've seen in years.
Sweet. Well, let's scoot along. Let's get into the hot sheets. It's reported that The Last of Us video game is becoming a series on HBO made by the guy who wrote Chernobyl. I haven't seen that, but I've heard rave reviews about it.
Chernobyl?
So, yeah, Chernobyl. I pronounce it fucked
You're
up
fine.
because that's how we do it. So, The Last of Us video game is amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully they don't change it like they change a book. You know what I mean? Hopefully they stick to the cinematics and keep everything true to the story.
Yep.
Because if they change it, you're going to piss off a lot of people, because that is a beloved video game.
Yeah.
And if you change it too much, you're going to piss people off.
Yep.
So.
And if you just do a direct retelling of the video game, you're going to piss people off. So there's...
Yeah, but there is that. But I'd rather have the direct retelling, because not all that game was a cinematic. So
most people didn't play that game.
Exactly.
Most of the audience that's going to
go watch it, they're going to be like, "This looks awesome," having no idea that this is what it's based off of a video game.
In other news that I missed in movies, Westworld season 3 is out on HBO if you're into that. I hear season 3 looks really great. Or no, I'm sorry. It's not out. Season 3 is not out, but the trailer is out for season 3, and it looks fucking dope.
Okay. That's another one I never jumped on.
Season 1 is good. I haven't watched season 2, but a lot of people didn't like it. But there's a lot of hope for what season 3 looks like.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let you go with the next two because you're the one who
all right. In there. Vin Diesel in an interview with The Guardian leaked a bunch of nonsense he wasn't supposed to talk about. The Guardians of the Galaxy are going to appear in Thor: Love and Thunder.
I love it. I was hoping they have to for at least some moment to be like, hey, what's up? All right, now deuces, we're out.
Yep.
You got to have that going. So.
Yep. So we're gonna get a little.
I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was a bunch of characters I knew not jack shit about, and I went and saw that movie, and I'm so glad I didn't. I had nothing about. This movie was fantastic. Yep. So I'm all for it.
James Gunn is working on something else right now. I can't remember what it is, but after he gets done working on that, they're going to begin working on Guardians 3.
Sweet.
Charlie Cox is set to play Matt Murdock in the new Spider-Man movie, which was a holy shit fucking moment. Because now we're crossing the Netflix with the MCU.
That's awesome.
So now they're
going to bring... That's awesome that they're keeping it like that.
Right. But he so far has been the best...
Yeah. The representation of
Daredevil.
Yeah. Well, I hope that allows them to pull a couple of others.
Well, you know what I would love to see is Grant Gustafson, the Flash, be brought in. The TV Flash
to the MCU.
Yeah, he was a shit. Into DC.
Oh my goodness, you freaked me.
I fucking crossed the streams.
Don't do that ever again. What the fuck, man?
But,
although I heard something in the comic book world, along with what you're saying,
that there's supposed
to be some Marvel DC crossover happening, and they've both been planting these little tiny ass seeds that you can look into them, and you're like, that makes sense.
Right.
That could happen. So, but don't do that again.
I feel really guilty about it.
You should feel guilty about it. Because you totally threw me off. You're like, they should bring God. And I'm like,
yes.
I'm getting sweaty.
I'm going to go back. Let me go back and let's try that again. If they can bring TV into the MCU, maybe DC will do the same thing.
DC did in The Flash. Your boy from Ezra
Miller?
Yep. He appeared in The Flash.
Did he?
Yes, he did. In the last big fucking series they had going in The Flash. I don't watch The Flash, but I YouTube a lot.
I wasn't a fan of his Flash.
I liked it. He was all twitchy and shit, and I loved it. He reminded me of Butters of South Park. And I fucking love Butters from South Park.
All right.
I love it. I love Butters.
You want to get through your...
Sports? Sports is pretty quick and to the point.
And it's sad and ugly.
Yeah, it sucks because we're big sports fans, whether it's all of these sports or just specific ones. But NHL, Major League Baseball, the National Basketball Association, and the NCAA sports have all been canceled and or postponed. And we had big news in the NFL world. Well, maybe big news, but a big trade at least. David Johnson, the running back from Arizona, was traded to Houston for DeAndre Hopkins, the wide receiver.
That DeAndre Hopkins pickup, though,
dude, that's
huge.
Yeah, and you still have Larry Fitzgerald for Arizona.
Yeah.
So now you have two people on both sides of the field that you can throw the... It's only helping Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all there is in the sports world. NBA is supposed to pick up in June. Supposedly that's the word on the streets. So, but we'll keep you posted when all these come back within the 2-week time limit between shows. Yeah.
It'll be a little more than 2 weeks this time. It'll be 2 weeks and 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it will be. That's another thing we haven't really addressed. Sorry about doing this on Monday instead of Wednesday.
Yeah, it's not my fault. I didn't have shit to do with it.
Yeah, it's not Brady's fault. We got some family coming into town, and they're arriving during showtime, essentially, on Wednesday, and that just wasn't going to work. If we had the new studio built, we'd have been fine, but as it stands, we're in the middle of my kitchen, so.
And it works. It works.
Yeah, it works.
It's getting the job done. So don't shit on it too much, bud. I've seen way shittier stuff on YouTube than this.
I watched way shittier stuff.
I have too. I've enjoyed it too.
That's true.
So, all right, man. You want to lead into this, bud?
Brian Jones just signed with Miami Dolphins.
That does nothing for me. That doesn't sound big enough for me.
I 100% never pay any attention to anything that happens with the Miami Dolphins. Is that team local to you, Scorpion King?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Because, yes, we're in Michigan. I am a huge Raiders fan, so you can shit on me, because if you're a Dolphins fan, I'm going to shit on you. That's just the way it's got to be. Yeah. But it's all in good fun, my friend.
I'm a Lions fan, so I have depression.
Yeah, constant depression. So, you combine that with being a Wolverines fan, almost suicidal.
Whoa.
What? Things haven't been going great lately, man.
It doesn't matter. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine.
I'm just saying, right? As of late, calm down.
I mean, it ain't going as bad as it is up in fucking East Lansing.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah, what a shithole.
Sorry about that, Ghost Pepper.
He brought it up. I wasn't going to do this, Josh, but now I kind of fucking have to.
No, you brought it. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. You found a way to absolutely finagle that shit in there.
Oh.
Don't put this shit on me.
You know,
don't put this evil on me.
The best
part
about
on me, Ricky Bobby.
NCAA canceling the basketball season is that the Michigan State Spartans will not get a championship this year. So I'm going to step out and say it. U of M, Big Ten championships, and they won the Natty.
How does that work? You can't do... That's not how this works.
It is.
That's not how any of this works.
Lunar Grill says we are pencils?
Penstaddle?
Penskeet.
Auto. Pensacola, Florida. I used to live by there. Did I ever tell you the story about when I was in the military? She was doing so well, and then she did that. Well,
it's a lot better than that nonsense that Josh is talking about.
That is 100%. That is true.
Are we ready to start talking about Batman?
I think we should before we fucking punch ourselves in the fucking... Yeah, let's go.
All right, so the other day we were working on the shed there, and things went south, and so we had to take a break. We came in and we watched Batman with the boys.
Which was awesome because we both got to watch it with our sons. Me and my son came over to help him build this shed and get that going, and... His boy was here, so we were all working on it together, and then we came in, and it was fun to see the contrast, because both of our kids are about the same age.
Yep.
My son's 17, turns 18 in July.
Oh, Michael turns 18 in June.
Yeah, so they're pretty much the exact age. But it was funny, especially when it first started, because when it first starts, the nostalgia punched me and Don right in the feels.
Yeah.
We were right there. And the two boys were giggling and laughing. And it was like, shut up. You shut your damn giggles up.
Well, they immediately thought it was funny how campy and silly some of this shit was.
And I didn't feel it. It wasn't campy and silly to me on some of it.
There
was some stuff that was extremely 1989.
Right. I think that's the part that they were bumping up against.
Yeah.
But
like the Prince soundtrack.
The Prince soundtrack.
And the whole dancing in the art studio thing. That was...
I love that shit.
That was so 1989.
It was.
That was so mannequin.
Mannequin. I've seen that movie a trillion times.
Dude, I used to have the hots for that chick when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. That was on HBO.
God. It was on HBO all the fucking time.
That one.
Holy crap.
Mannequin 2 with the black guy. The black gay dude.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
The guy he was in everything.
He was in everything. Oh, shit.
Keith's in the house. What up, Keith?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
And Jason. What's going on, Jason?
Mothership man. That's fucking sweet. Layman's terms and part of the mothership are here.
Jason Roscom's right. Tim Burton working with Danny Elfman. Absolutely great. The score for this movie almost does a better job telling the story than the script.
It was sure as shit better than the soundtrack.
Yeah, well, there's
just
definitely
throwing that out there.
There's Prince going on. There's a lot of Prince in this movie, but the Danny Elfman score is really among maybe the top 5 or 6 movie scores of all time for this movie.
That's a stretch.
You think so?
Not for me. If you're talking a personal list, or
let's take John Williams' body of work and scrunch that down to just be one thing.
Because it is.
Because otherwise, he's got the top 5.
John Williams is the Jesus.
Right. He's the Messiah Jesus, of the music is.
So, I mean,
Name a score better off the top of your head other than Star Wars.
Back to the Future.
Wasn't that a Danny Elfman joint too?
No, it wasn't.
Who scored Back to the Future?
I'll look it up. Continue your bullshit. I didn't want to get into this. I'm not smart like Dave when it comes to this shit.
Dave would have the answer twice by now.
I know.
So anyway, we got to spend a lot of time with the boys, watching through this movie, and they were both giggling at it, but they also were taken aback by how kind of legit it was made.
Alan Silvestri.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Silvestri.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Needed that.
The characters are a little bit over the top. As far
they have their over the top moment.
Yeah, but like Nicholson did his own version of Cesar Romero's Joker. That over the top, very colorful,
very loud. Yeah,
very loud.
It had its moments, but it's still the part for me that was the hardest in the beginning as an adult. As a kid, it never mattered, was the fact that his name was Jack. Because when that kept being said, I couldn't stop seeing Jack Nicholson.
Oh, yeah.
Every time they would call him Jack, I was like, fuck.
Which is kind of appropriate because he really just kind of played himself with makeup on.
With makeup on. Yes. Another thing that I thought was fucking hilarious? Curly from, oh my god, I just fucking totally brain farted the movie. With Billy Crystal where they go find the gold.
Fuck, what is that
Oh my
called?
god.
City Slickers.
City Slickers.
The Quest for Curly's Gold.
That was the second one. But I love them both. But the first one, the dude from City Slickers was the Joker's boss. And Joker went ham on him.
Oh.
And that shit was so fantastic because as a kid, I never noticed that. But as an adult, I could not see it.
What was his name?
The Shining? Oh, wait. Jack Nicholson played a lot of characters Jack in this movie. Yeah, but I wasn't watching that. I hear what you're saying, Jason, but I just...
Oh, Grisham.
What?
Grisham.
John Grisham?
Grissom.
Grizzle.
For Grizzle, my nigga.
For Grizzle. We going to get this here right now. All right. Yes. I'm just saying. For this specifically, as an adult watching it with his name being... It was hard to separate the two. As a kid, I didn't care.
Well, there's a lot of characters in this that at the time you can understand why they casted them. But if you look at it from 2020 and you're looking back at 1989, you're like, why did they pick Billy D. Williams to play Two-Face, essentially?
Exactly. Which I completely forgot that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it till now because we kind of spoke upon this little bits. Nothing huge, but definitely we weren't as closed-lipped with this one about some of the other stuff we've been closed-lipped with about. But the whole Billy D. Williams, I was like,
and there's
I think Jordan even goes, oh, it's Lando.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I was like, yes.
There's at least 2 scenes in this movie that I noticed that Billy D. is drunk.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying something.
Where you can tell by the way he's moving and the way he slurs his words that he's had too many drinks.
And then you even said it. You're like, "It's a dynamite taste," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And you're like, "He's drunk."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, he is."
Little too much Colt 45 malt liquor. Anyway, I'm trying to think of who else we're forgetting about. You've got
a lot of his
Kim Basinger.
Yeah, a lot of his henchmen though were familiar face henchmen in other movies.
Just character actors.
Yeah, characters.
Everything.
You remember seeing them in other movies.
Yeah.
You can't forget the Bob, man.
Bob. I love Bob.
And then he fucking just.
We don't gotta go.
I'm just saying. I'm still salty about it.
He's sad about Bob.
I am sad about Bob. What did Bob do?
The actor who played what are you talking about, Keith? Who's this A person?
Yeah, I'm lost.
Anyway.
Anywho, continue.
So Kim Basinger. Of course, she was in a bunch of stuff after this movie too. But honestly, like her performance in this movie is good.
Oh yeah, she does a really good job.
Yeah,
the acting, like I said, they had moments where it was you felt, man, maybe this is a little over the top, but then you have to remember it was 1989.
Right. The Curly's Gold guy. I wish I could remember his name.
Let's just call him Curly.
Curly. Just call him Curly.
Curly, man. That's who he was.
He was, with the "You're my number one." Yeah, just a little much.
Yeah.
And it, stuff like that takes you in and out of the movie just a hair.
But it wasn't the main actors that took you out of the movie. Yeah. Like, I felt overall the casting was spot on.
Yeah. There was tons of times in the movie too where as a kid I felt like this movie was enormous and they had all the fucking extras in the world. And then when you watch as an adult, there's a crowd of like 30 people.
Yeah, this movie doesn't test time well, but it makes you remember being a kid, and like it's still a great movie, but there are the things you can't not see.
Right.
Like you pointed out the big crowd. Once you pointed that out, I could not see it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, like just big gaps in the crowd, and then there's like the parade scene where there's people over on this side for this camera angle, and then when they switch over to this side,
it's the same fucking people, same jacket. Yeah, a lot of things that you could tell were like they were done by models and stuff, but weirdly, I still loved it because they were done so well.
GP says his name is Jack Palance, the guy who played Curly.
Yes, I agree.
So now we know.
So now, the more you know.
The more you know.
Yes. But I got derailed by that.
Again.
Yeah. It's happening big time. I feel like Dave.
Yep. So
Inside Baseball.
This movie essentially gives us two main origin stories. We get Batman's origin story.
And we get the
Joker's origin story.
Yep.
And although the basic facts of the two stories, they take a lot of liberties.
Oh yeah, but it's still, this movie is a comic book movie, but now watching it as an adult, it doesn't feel as much of a comic book movie as I remembered it to be.
Right.
It definitely felt like they took their mobster liberties and like we're gonna kill and like, and then my son pointed this out like halfway through the movie. He goes, "Batman just doesn't care. He kills people, huh?" And both me and Don kind of like, it hit us. It was kind of jarring. We were like, "Oh shit, yeah, he's got miniguns on the Batmobile. He's throwing dudes off buildings, like
blowing chemical plants full of goons up in."
Yeah, man. Like I never thought of it until my son said something. I've never had that conversation with somebody about that movie until Jordan brought it up when we were watching it.
Yep.
That shit was nuts. And he does it, man. He's lawless as hell. He don't care.
He throws that one cat off the fucking bell tower at the end.
The one thing I liked about this Batman too that I notice now because of Christian Bale is he was a soft talker. He didn't blow up his voice to talk.
Yeah, no.
He was more in the shadows.
Yeah.
Quiet.
No, he really kind of nails Batman in a way that
is very different from the
Christian Bale really didn't.
Right. Or even Ben Affleck.
No, Ben Affleck didn't.
Ben Affleck made his a lot harsher of a...
But he used a voice modulator.
Yeah, and he was a grizzled, older Batman, too.
Yeah,
but
he's definitely
Batman Returns Batman. I still like this version of Batman. I like the whole aesthetic of this Batman. It was weird seeing, which we understand as growing up, like him with the fight scenes with the neck that doesn't move, the cowl that
turn his head.
But you understand that, and it was still like he still had good fighting, and it reminds you of, oh no, this is the Batman movie. This is how Batman had to fight in this movie. It was pretty cool though, man.
Yep. And at the time you just were like, well, if you were in a suit of body armor, you wouldn't be able to move either.
Yeah.
But now we're like, well, you kind of can make a suit of body armor that moves. Like, they figured it out.
It just took a little bit of time.
Yeah.
It took a whole lot of time. We're talking 89. They didn't get that right till...
Christian Bale could turn his head.
Yeah, because the other Batmans couldn't, but they had a little bit more mobility.
The 90s.
Yeah.
So...
Still, it's fucking awesome.
Now you derailed me. So we get the whole crime alley thing in this, and this is the first movie that pits the Joker as being the murderer of Bruce's parents.
Hey, Keith said the 89 Batsuit was dope, but now it's played out. I disagree with you.
I disagree.
When's the last time you watched it, Keith? Because I guarantee you, if it's been a while, you'll feel different about it. There's not the fucking zoom in of bat buns and bat nipples and all kinds of shit. Right? It's just Batman kicking ass and a black costume that's bulletproof. I disagree with you, Keith. Check it out. If it's been a while, check it out. The movie has its moments, but I disagree.
Definitely. So. And I like the color aesthetic, the big yellow logo.
Oh, I love that.
This logo.
Yeah, I love that. Talking logos, real quick, and interrupt you, because I have this note, and I thought this was interesting. This movie, on merchandise alone, made $500 million in 1989. If you put that to today's money, that's $1 billion.
Right. And that was all on the back of this logo.
Yeah, it was all heavily on that logo.
It was.
They had
everywhere.
Action figures, but they didn't have them to the degree you would think.
Right.
But it was the shirts, the hats, the shirts, the shirts. Like that
the
logo was
the cups
everything.
At Taco Bell, all of that shit.
Hell yeah!
It was fucking everywhere. It was the largest marketing plan up to that point. Even the beginning opening credits, I saw somebody pointed out online. The whole first 3 or 4 minutes of the movie is just a slow pan of a 3D model of that logo.
Yeah. That's yep.
It at the time, some of the people that are listening to our show wasn't alive in 1989.
No.
Or
I remember seeing this in the theater.
Right. If they were alive, they were awful little. But you couldn't go anywhere.
No.
From 1988 to summer of 1989 without seeing this fucking logo somewhere.
Dude, in 89, we still lived in Japan. I remember seeing kids in Batman snow boots. Like black bottom.
Yep. With the logo right in the front where the lasers would go.
Yeah, right in the front. Yep. Yeah. I remember seeing kids wear those in the middle of damn summer.
Yep.
Dude, that was when Batman came out in a time where you had summer blockbusters.
Yep. Yeah,
and
wrapped
movies
around
movies ran for a year in the theater.
Yep.
And this was everything until the next one came out.
Yep, absolutely. He had Lunchbox.
Oh, what up, Dub?
Dub.
How's it going, bud? Thanks for joining us, dude.
I remember there were Batman spoons that had the logo in them. There was Batman cereal.
No, dude.
You could send away and get the Batman bowl that had the fucking straw that stuck out of it.
I remember. Holy
I had
shit,
one of them
dude.
bitches.
I know you had. You probably had all of that
Hey,
shit.
EJ, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, buddy? How's it going, dude?
Now
we gotta be clean.
Oh, I don't know. I think E can get pretty blue.
Oh, it might happen.
It just didn't matter where you went. There was this logo on everything, and then when they finally released pictures of the Batmobile, there was pictures of Michael Keaton standing next to that fucking Batmobile everywhere. Every kid had 2 posters. They had the one of him standing next to the Batmobile, and they had the one with the logo.
I remember seeing that at the Book It. At the fair.
Oh, I forgot about Book It.
Oh man!
You get the little card and you fill it up to like 8 or 10, and then you could go into Pizza Hut and they give you the little personal pizza.
Yeah, that was on everything, man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah!
So, this movie, like you say, like blew away the marketing of any other film before that. And
if you were a kid and you lived through it, man, it was like nothing. Man. It was like nothing we had ever.
Right.
It was. I don't remember if the Ninja Turtles were before or after this, but it still wasn't the same for me personally.
Oh, okay. Scorpion King Remastered is Wes from work.
Oh, what's up, dude?
It all makes sense. I was like, when did we talk about this? It all makes sense now.
Man.
Do.
You gotta let a dude know.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Now I feel real stupid.
Yep.
Because I remember having that conversation.
Yeah.
That now makes me feel stupid. Oh, good. What are you looking for now?
I'm just looking at stuff.
See when it came out? Because if you're looking the day it came out, we've been saying. Oh,
no, I wasn't.
A specific scene?
I was just trying to wrap my head around what I wanted to talk about, and I think I just lost the whole thread.
The Batman picture, the front of the Batmobile, is that which one you're talking about?
No, I wanted to talk about the set pieces.
Oh, yes, because we talked about this heavy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The set pieces in this movie reflected like a Gothic architecture style like we hadn't seen.
Art Deco meets Gothic.
Yeah.
Meets modern.
It like the mobster's office. Everything was just beautiful mahogany. I don't know where this office was or who the rich bastard was that had it, but that was the coolest looking office I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope with the statues out behind it. Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if they just made it for the film.
I think that was somebody's office. I think that what was out the window was.
It was still sweet.
Yeah.
It was still sweet. Agreed.
Yep.
I'm still tripping over Wes being the Scorpion King.
I'm telling you.
That's awesome.
But a lot of times when you're watching what we now watch, which is like the letterbox version, you can see the edges of the sets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can tell what was not in the original, whatever the ratio is that like a normal VHS movie was in.
Right, so you can barely see like half of a guy like holding the sound boom.
Right. So like when you watch the modern versions and you're watching on a widescreen TV, which we all take for granted now.
Yeah.
But just like
in 1989 we had some square ass TVs, boy.
I think about maybe 16, 17 years ago I went from like a tube style TV to my first.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it wasn't even that long ago. Maybe like 14 years ago.
I remember when me and my wife, when I went back into the military, because I did 2 years in the Guard, and I got my bonus for doing that. I bought a new TV, and it was a big ass TV, but it was a projecting TV still.
Well, I got my first.
It was a DLP TV.
Yep.
It had all the mirrors, and this was 2008. Me and Nicole started dating in 2008. So yeah, this was 2008 when this is going on.
My first flat screen TV, I believe, was a LCD TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it at Circuit City.
Doesn't even exist.
And it was.
They don't even know what you're talking about.
Some
of them don't. Some of them don't. Some of them are crying right now. Some of them are crying.
I had a big.
Don't do Circuit City.
I had a big 37-inch tube TV, and my buddy's little girl popped the power button out of it. Because the teacher was running a daycare, she broke the power button out of it, so I couldn't turn it on and off. So I gave him the TV because I'm a bad friend. I'm like, here, the remote works, you have it. And I went out and I bought my first flat screen TV. And it must have took me 6 months before I was finally accustomed to the shape of the screen.
Oh, yeah, being oblong like that. It really was oblong.
Like everything that you watched had a big black bar on it.
I didn't like that. I didn't jump onto the widescreen thing.
I'm telling you, it took a while to fucking get used to it.
It really did for me too. But now it's like that's what it is.
Right.
Like these younger folk have no idea what the hell that they don't know nothing. Are you all right?
No, my beer's empty.
Well, you need to handle that, man.
I should have brought more beers.
Well, you should have. But yeah, they don't even know. It's like they don't even know the pain is. Like you just have no idea about that. Because we went from square. I remember my dad had the nicest TV, and this TV lasted us from when we lived in Okinawa in what 87, and that shit lasted us till just before. When I joined the military, my dad still had that, and I joined the military in 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, square ass TV. Man.
Square ass
TVs. Kids don't know. Kids don't know.
So when you're watching this movie and movies from this time period, you're bound to see little flaws in the set
shit that
pieces.
You shouldn't have seen.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Or detail in some of the characters that they didn't worry about because
nobody was gonna see it.
Yeah, nobody was gonna see it.
Yeah,
and now we see it. We see all of it. Go back to 1988. Back to the Future style and fix these fucking movies.
Yeah, please do it. Do some CGI. Do some George Lucas shit.
Yeah.
Fucking fix it.
Yeah, reimagine your shit.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh yeah.
I remember it was like 1 through 13, 14 through something else, and then like you barely got into the 60s at one point. And that was it.
My grandma and grandpa had a clicker that had 4 buttons.
I remember that.
And if you wanted to turn on the TV, you turn the volume up and it would pop on the TV. And when you wanted to turn it off, you turned the volume all the way down until it
would stop and it would turn off the TV. Oh my
4
shit.
buttons.
Wow.
Yeah.
We sidebarred way far out of there, man. We went deep into TVs. But you know what?
We went straight up Curtis Mathes.
No, it's crazy is TVs now, they don't evolve that way.
No.
They've evolved to like, all right, what do they call it now? Letterbox. Right? So letterbox is what I think that's what it is. You can correct me and call me dumbass. I don't care. But if letterbox is what it is, that's like now it's just the kids get clearer pictures. They're just now we're up to what UHD or whatever what's the new 4K? Ultra high def 4K.
They got 8K TVs now. But they're stupid priced.
Yeah, and not everything's caught up. Buying a brand new TV when it's brand new, you're dumb.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That is the dumbest damn thing. That's stupider than buying a car brand new.
You pay 8 times as much for the fucking TV, and then none of the technology goes with it.
And then next year, the TV you bought, I bought for less than half of what you paid for it.
Right.
Sorry. And there's probably people we just lost.
Yeah, we
just lost viewers.
Just pissed off 8 people that just bought brand new.
All the new TV people, they're like, fuck these guys.
Yep.
They don't know shit.
Yep.
I'm gonna enjoy this not watching their show on my new TV.
My new TV.
We're dicks.
Well, as far as like the story in this Batman movie, I kind of love it.
I loved it. It holds up for me.
Yeah.
Still, it holds up. Yes, it has its moments, but let me watch a movie from 2004 and 2024, and we'll talk about it.
The lead detective Knox is a little bit. Robert Wool is a little bit fucking obnoxious sometimes. I get what they were going for, but he was a little bit oddly shiny.
Yeah.
But as far as like the greater story of this movie, just a fantastic story.
I love it. If you haven't seen it in a while and you loved it as a kid, go back. If you're younger, go watch it. This set precedence for so much. Like, you don't get ever a dark Batman if this Batman doesn't get made. And this Batman's a hell of a lot darker than you remember it being.
Right.
I promise you that.
If you go back and watch this movie and you watch it with a modern lens, you see how many things in it are not PC.
At all.
They're not, there's no, what are we going to do about exposing the kids to violence? Like, it's just...
No, if you go back and watch it like you're sitting in 1989, like you rented this shit on video...
Right.
You're going to remember it, and you're going to get all them feels, man, and it's going to feel like 1989, and it's a big action-adventure comic book movie that you're going to get in 1989.
Yep.
You're going to get the gratuitous, everybody's firing their guns, and not a single damn one of them can hit Batman until they're right up on Batman, and they put it point blank at his chest. That's the only time they can shoot him. It's going to happen. That's what 80s movie were. I remember with Schwarzenegger and Stallone standing with a whole damn village shooting at him, and they're firing two guns and they're killing everybody and not a bullet's hitting them. Like, that's the 80s. That's what it was. But this movie is still great, and if you loved it as a kid, you're going to love it as an adult. It has its flaws, but you're going to love it still. I recommend watching it.
Yeah, if you
I'm glad we watched it, and that's why I'm glad we're not shortchanging you on Batman Returns. Because if we didn't watch Batman Returns, I don't think you could give this review justice. I don't think it would stand up because we'd be just talking out our ass.
That's a good topic. Luna Girl brings up social distancing top 10 watch list. New topic. Batman, Spaceballs, Star Wars.
I can do it.
Back to the Future.
I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it because I'm typically the type of person who goes to see movies for movies.
Yep.
I can get Look, if I'm going to see Transformers, I understand that there's going to be a whole lot of shit in this movie that is going to be wow factor. But if I go watch a movie that's on World War II and I see a fucking Transformer in a movie about Saving Private Ryan, I'm going to lose my shit. That's not going to work for me. Now, the whole new Bumblebee, that's different. That movie is based...
That Bumblebee was good.
I still haven't seen it.
You haven't?
No, because the last few Transformers really turned me off to Transformers.
I'll tell you what. That Bumblebee movie, take all those other Transformers movies and hold this by itself and watch it that way.
Okay.
That movie, for one, it stands alone.
Okay.
It is not part of that timeline or continuity or whatever you want to talk about. It's its own thing. And it feels like the time period that it's supposed to. That made my beard fold.
It hurt my eyebrows.
Holy shit, dude.
They kind of burn right now.
Let's get back to Batman.
Can we?
Yeah, I think we can.
Go to it, buddy.
Let's talk about the car.
This light, we gotta change that next time because it's been burning my fucking face.
What light? That light right
that
there?
One. Don't worry about it now, but it's been making me squint like Squinty McSquinterson.
Turn your head around.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. It's an aesthetic thing.
Oh, all right.
It's a visual choice for looking sexy for the people.
Yeah, you're doing
because if I flipped it around, people would be like, not so sexy. And I can't do that to the people.
Fair enough. Batmobile.
Go.
Where do you stand on the Batmobile?
It is the Batmobile.
I agree.
It is the Batmobile.
No other Batmobile in any of the movies.
And I can't wait till we get to Batman Returns because it shows more of the Batmobile.
Yeah.
A lot more of what it can do.
A lot of the same Batmobile.
Yes, it's the exact same Batmobile, but look at these other tricks that we can do too.
Yep.
It's kind of like his Bat Belt.
We got a new Batmobile when we got a new Batman. And they got more and more. Joel Schumacher.
They just started adding shit to it.
Yeah, those were silly.
They just started adding like, you know what? We've got 20s.
That like the Batmobile rolling on dubs.
Ooh, she said. Eric Williams also said Spaceballs, and then Luna Girl said Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm liking these ideas, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna hold true. Hey, you guys are hitting here. You're hitting us up. We're catering to you, man. So
that might be episode 9.
No, yeah, wait, yeah, because we already have.
Although it might make more sense to do the social distancing one next episode due to what's going on in the world.
Okay.
And then maybe we'll do the 16-bit for episode 9.
Yeah. Loon Girl's just coming with all these topics.
She's doing a hell of a job. That's cool.
She's research and development.
She's doing all the work for us.
We appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Getting back to the Batmobile. This Batmobile had full body armor.
Dude, that was so bitching when they fucking loaded it up. Yeah. I loved it. It was like...
And it looks a little bit... let's double back. There is like 3 or 4 moments in this movie where it's obviously CG.
Oh, yeah.
And at a time where like the CG is just baby.
But I don't think I noticed it as a kid.
I didn't.
I don't, like, you pointed it out in the very beginning where Batman ducks out. And it's the overhead view.
It's the top-down view.
And he turns around and the cape, the way the cape swings, you're like, oh, this is 100%... like baby CGI.
Yeah, he's not even there. Now I don't know if that was Wayne Manor that he was on the balcony of or what, but it was very just a CGI shadow. And you're like, oh, that was 1989. But the body armor on the car, as it's all clamshelling around the car, you're like, oh, that's fucking dope. But the Train 2020i is like, oh, that's all computer.
Right.
There's no practical effect mixing that.
That is 100%. That is a different black texture. Right. That is like, wait, did they do that with crayons? Like, that is so different.
Yep.
Like I said, the movie has its moments.
Yep. But fuck, man, that was cool. It has all kinds of cool toys in it, like we talked about earlier. You got Gatling guns on either side. It's got bombs in the wheels.
I thought that was hysterical when he's just like, bloop, and they just fall out, and you're like,
yep.
Oh my goodness.
And then he drives out of the thing, and the whole fucking chemical plant blows up.
Like, disintegrates.
Batman murks.
Like, he Death Star blows that shit
up. There's like 20 or 30 of the Joker's goons in this chemical plant, and they're just all wiped out.
That was awesome, though.
Yeah. We get a little bit of the politics that are going on in Gotham, but not too much.
Not too much, but it wasn't enough to distract you.
The comic books do a really good job, going over what's going on in Gotham.
The politics in Gotham are pretty... I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you're a bigger fan. They're pretty basic.
Yeah, it's corrupt government.
Yeah, corrupt, shitty government.
There's 3 or 4 gangs. Well, there's a couple of mobs and then a couple of gangs. And, the cops are all corrupt and...
Right, but typically Gotham has always been painted in the same light. It's a shitty ass place, except for the 60s show where there was on the beach and shit like that. Yep. But
we get the cop in this movie, Iheart.
Yeah.
And he's dirty. He's doing all of the...
Iheart was the same dude from Batman Begins, wasn't he? The fat trolley dude?
I don't know. Maybe.
We'll have to look into that when we do the Batman Begins one.
He's working for... I wish I would have wrote everybody's names down. He's working for Grisham.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, when the Joker bumps into him, they have this... kind of battle between the two of them as to who's really got the nuts.
Yeah.
And Joker, of course, at some point shows him that he's got the nuts. That's really the first murder, like just stone cold murder that we see in this movie.
And then, of course, he fucking murders Bob.
We're
not going note for note here, buddy.
Yeah,
note for note slows us down.
Do you want to talk about Bob already?
Yeah, it's unnecessary. It's necessary about his unnecessary death.
Okay, guys, let me tell you a story about this guy, Bob.
Talk about Bob. Let him know.
Brady and I love Bob.
We love Bob. And Bob unceremoniously went out. It's not cool.
So the Joker's just unhappy with his fucking day.
Right, yeah.
And
because he don't have all the toys. He's upset about it.
He asked, isn't it Bob? He asked Bob for his gun.
Yeah, he asked Bob for Bob's gun.
and then he shoots blows him Bob with away with Bob's gun.
I'm not happy about that, dude.
All because Batman's got the Batwing. Which leads me to my next point. The Batwing over the moon scene.
Dope as hell. I love how it...
And then, one of the coolest fucking cinematic moments, at least of my childhood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. And then how it disappears back through the clouds.
Yeah, back through the clouds. You're looking at these clouds like they might be fake, and then up comes the Batwing, and the clouds actually go.
I love it, dude.
And then it falls back down through the clouds.
It's the best. It's the best, dude.
It is.
That right there was like, ha ha! I'm still a little kid.
Yeah, but the stuff that they did in this movie way blows away anything that they were doing in movies like it.
Oh,
in
yeah.
The late 80s.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they spent so much money making this movie look like a comic book.
And they did a good job.
They did a fantastic job.
I love this movie. Watch it. If you guys haven't seen it, watch it.
Yep. We have only said that like 8 times in this.
Well, I feel strongly about it because honestly, dude, when we decided to do this, I was like, this is probably going to be hard because of Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War. Like, those are epic, amazing comic book movies, in my opinion. And we're going back to 1989.
Yep.
And I remembered it being worse than it actually was. I think I've said that before.
Yep. I mean, there are some things that the later Batman movies did way better, like the utility belt. The utility belt in the original Batman movie was not real functional. But like when we get to like Christian Bale's utility belt, there's all kinds of things on it. He gets in there and pulls out the smoke bombs and shit. But this Batman just...
No. I was damn near waiting for him to pull out a gun.
Yeah.
I was damn near waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, Batman, who never uses any guns, has all kinds of fucking guns in this movie.
Yep. Ridiculous.
What are we not addressing?
I think we've addressed everything we need to address with this movie, my friend. I mean, if you were to ask me... Ask the people. Is there anything else you want us to talk about with this movie? Are you going to watch it?
I would watch it with all of them.
Well, we could probably do that through Facebook.
That would be cool.
We can do that. They have that, but I don't know how to do it. We should look into do that. We can have everybody vote on it.
You do like a watch party, right?
Yeah, you do a watch party, but I don't know how you do it. We'll look into it, and then we can put out a couple. Maybe we try to get everybody to watch Returns with us. Oh, we need to look into this like ASAP. Not now, not on the show, not on the show, but we need to look into it. So, you want to start wrapping it up on the Batman, or no Batman 1989 Batman?
Batman 1989 Batman.
Because we're trying to get all these we're trying to review all these Batman movies leading up to the Batman when that comes out in 2021.
Now, Lunar Girl says that the soundtrack kicked ass way back when.
You like the Prince stuff, but see, I think most women like Prince.
Yeah, but even the stuff in the movie is not Prince's best work.
No.
I like Prince an awful lot. I think the score was great.
I don't. Score was great. I'm not a big Prince fan. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I'm not going to talk shit, but I'm not a big Prince fan. People can hate on me. I'm cool with that.
The song Trust that they played during the parade.
See, I still like Seal's Kiss from a Rose.
Oh, no, I don't.
I do.
I can't.
I'm sorry.
No, thanks.
And then what was the one that old boy did from was it Stone Temple Pilots? No, it wasn't Stone Temple Pilots. I'm brain farting it. I used to have the single of it back when you bought CD singles. I mean, I used to buy tape singles too, but that's not the point. Right. I'm getting way off track here. Regardless, I've liked soundtracks to other Batman movies more than this one, but I like the score to this movie a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
It's good. It is good.
It's a good score.
Yeah. So, Ludacris in the late early 80s, early 90s was a fun time for clubbing before grunge came out and ruled life. That's so fucking true.
Oh, I don't know.
Little CC in the Music Factory, huh? Gonna make you sweat.
I like grunge music.
And then we went right straight into Nirvana.
What about the we didn't talk about.
Talk to me, Goose.
Stuff like the scene in Vicky Vale's apartment when Batman's trying to.
You want to get crazy? Let's get crazy.
Yeah, like Michael Keaton dials it up to fucking 11 in this scene.
That was amazing.
You know, he's like, I am totally gonna get myself shot, so I'm gonna take this sweet ass tray. I'm gonna wear it like a bulletproof vest, and I'm gonna provoke this motherfucker until he shoots me.
Hell yeah. Genie's ass.
You get the ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight line, which of course connects everything back.
Yeah, called it back, which I didn't remember that from being a kid.
Yeah.
I did not remember that part. I remember that being said as Jack Nicholson Joker, but I don't remember as young.
See,
I
remembered the fact that in his memory he remembered Jack Napier saying it in the alley. But I didn't exactly connect the fact that was the moment that he understood.
He understood. I got you.
I think that was a
and
little
then
bit
he recites
more...
that shit back to him.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and he's like, what do you mean I made you? You made me first.
Hell yeah.
You know, the character development in this movie
is good
for 1989.
It's good. It's great storytelling. It really is. On a storytelling tip, it's great.
Yep.
It's a fantastic movie.
Yep, absolutely.
That's all I got, man.
I'm
fresh
really
out.
Fucking killed it.
I think we did, dude.
I think we talked about
Nobody else seemed to have any more suggestions. We put that out, and I know the catch-up is caught up.
Yep.
So I think
caught up.
Yeah, buddy.
A little bit of foreshadowing about the Batman Returns. That movie is infinitely darker. So the first Batman
infinitely
movie,
darker. I can't wait to get in that.
I
can't wait to get into this conversation.
Right.
That's why I didn't want to shortchange this one.
Batman is a movie that they let Tim Burton direct.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean it's decidedly Tim Burton.
Yeah, it has very much the Tim Burton aesthetic, especially certain scenes. You're like, fucking Tim Burton.
But in order to get Tim Burton to come back, and Michael Keaton for that matter, they backed up the fucking money truck, and they gave Michael Keaton a shit ton of money, and they gave Tim Burton not only a shit ton of money, but they gave him full fucking artistic control. And it went Nightmare Before Christmas dark.
Fuck yeah, it did, dude.
You know,
I remember having conversations with my folks about this movie after we watched it. So that's why I'm excited. Because you know what? I might actually call and talk to my mom and dad and see what their opinions of this movie were. Because I remember they weren't fond of it.
Right.
But I don't know if they weren't fond of it because they expected taking their kids to see a kid Batman movie, and it was not that. I remember that much.
Right.
It's a dark-ass movie.
Right.
It's a grungy, dirty, Tim Burton-ass fucking movie.
Well, you look at just Cobblepot's whole frame of reference. He's pissed off because he got shortchanged as an orphan. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to take all the firstborn and fucking kill all of them.
Right.
So anyway... Yeah, put that back on the shelf.
We're gonna come back to it. We're gonna hit up these. We've got to in there to do the Batmans. We want to do the Spider-Man movies.
Yep.
We want to do Into the Spider-Verse included because we got a lot of Spider-Man stuff coming down the pipe.
We're gonna try and talk about Star Wars on our 5th and 10th episode.
Yeah. So every episode ending in a 5 or a 0. Those are gonna be our Star Wars centric. We're going to come up, whether you guys give us an idea or we come up with the one for ourselves.
Yep.
Those are going to be our super Star Wars centric. We always want to put a little Star Wars in here, but that's the mothership. If you want that, go to the All Things Star Wars podcast and listen to them because those are the guys who are going to give it to you. We want to cover everything else. That's what we want to do. We are very much into everything else, but we love Star Wars. So when the Star Wars shit starts kicking up, we're going to talk about it. But we're waiting. We'll talk about the Clone Wars when the Clone Wars is done. We've already. I mean, we're not going to talk about it every episode. That's not what we're going to do yet. That might change going into the future, but as it stands now, we're doing every 2 weeks for our episodes, and this is the format we're going to roll with. Yep. Unless you guys can give us some more input, give us better input, we'll listen to you guys. But thus far, we really haven't had that much input, so this is how we feel we're going to go.
The plan for Batman is we're going to hit Batman about every 7th episode.
Yeah, so every 7, 7, 14, 21, 28, yep. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to get there. So
if we get into the new studio and we get rolling on this where we're doing a show every week, I want to prioritize for episode 14. I want to do the Dark Knight Returns.
As well?
But I mean, not these.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Actual comic book.
Graphic novel.
Graphic novel.
I got you.
And I've got that on DVD, and I'll let you borrow it. Mm-hmm. It is one of the most epic Batman stories I think they ever wrote.
Yeah, I've seen some of it.
It's so good.
I think I got it from my son actually. So
I'm getting stuffy again.
Yeah, you are. So let's start wrapping this up because you're getting stuffy. It's getting kind of late. I need to start heading home. The wife wants a drink, so of Coca-Cola, not
sure cocaine. Okay, so like we said earlier, man, everybody make sure that you like this video.
Did you want to talk about these?
Oh, I did.
Because I want to interject something if you don't get to it.
We have these really dope stickers, and we do have some that we're going to send out to some of our more core fans. If you're interested in getting one of these, hit us up on social media, and we'll send you one.
Yeah, leave a message in the escape pod. Leave a message if you want to leave your address. We can send one out.
Just make sure you do that in the private message so you don't put your shit out there.
Don't put yourself on blast unless you don't care. But you can just hit us up personally. Hit us up in all things. Hit up Brady Lovin, or hit up Don Sulski in Facebook, or hit us up on Instagram. Hit us up on everything we've told you about. We're on all the social medias.
Yep.
One of us will get back to you, and we'll hook you up with a sticker, man. We just throw them out there. My man's paid for this batch, so we're going to get them out there for all the people to have. So hit us up. We'll get you a couple.
Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. It really helps people find us, like I said earlier. And
we have fun reading them.
Yeah.
We've only read 3, but we have fun reading them.
Yep. Brady will read it right here on the show. Subscribe and download our podcast on your favorite podcast app at the ATSW, the Escape Pod. You can find us everywhere that way, or you can find us at ATSW, the Escape Pod at buzzsprout.com.
And don't forget to follow the ATSW family, the mothership, of course, the All Things Star Wars podcast. Use and Abuse. Follow our man Scott and his wife. Our dude Layman's Terms. If you were listening to the show earlier tonight, he came in the he came in the chat. We chatted up with him a little bit. He talked. You talk. We're gonna talk to you. You've seen we've been hitting everybody up tonight. Don't forget Big Swede's Excellent Adventure, Tactical Swede, and then Swede Studios, whatever Swede that. And don't forget our fellas, the Brew Guys. Check them out if you guys are beer connoisseurs, beer snobs, whatever you happen to be. Check them out. Don't forget my sister, bombully.com, and oh my God, eodstuff.com.
Yep. Go to podbelly.com. Look up shows like Sofa Kings and Giggly Distractions. And what was it one that you watched that you couldn't hear?
Yeah, the Baked and Awake.
Baked and Awake.
Check that out.
Excellent. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
We do appreciate it.
We'll see you next time.
May the Force be with you.
Go Blue.
All right, dude, hurry the fuck up. I gotta piss. Hurry up. Move. Come on.